well. I assume his spouse knows, but you might even be surprised some of this. But I'll go over that, then we'll present Sergeant Fason with the retirement medal, certificate of retirement. Have something for you, and a token of esteem the nation has for dependents and all that they do. We have a presentation that Chief Smith's going to make then for the after squadron, and then you got the stage. You want to be, or as little as you want to be. We're here, and we're at your service. Sergeant Fason in 1970 went to basic training, standard place, standard stuff. Drew C-130 crew chief. Figured he's probably going to do that for a while, since that's where he ends up moving around 130s. But he did that overseas in Taiwan for about a year. But not so fast on 130s. He got into the UH-1 program, a little bit of a gunner program, and then aero repair technician. And he was a UH-1P gunner at Tan Son Nhut Air Base in Saigon. I'll tell you what, it gets my attention right there. A lot of those folks didn't come back, I bet. So that was a tough tour, I'm sure. And then he became a repair technician on the same plane at Ogden, Utah, only for a year, and then it's back to the Far East, this time in OV-10s, where he crew chief both in Thailand and then in Korea. That was in 74 and 75. Got into the C-130 business again as a crew chief in McClellan Air Force Base, Sacramento. Nice place to live, not too bad there, except for some of those earlier ones. But he was a job control supervisor from 76 until about 79. And then he decided to do something that is the reason he's retiring in 93 instead of in 90. He got out for 3 years and had a break in service. Decided that he'd like to come back and finish up that concept of duty and shoot for that retirement. He came back in 82. We were in an expansion phase then. They bring you back in. We're lucky to do that to see them, not right now. Anybody thinking about doing that right now? We're getting small, we probably get that option. Came back in, they put him right into crew chiefs, and that was to our benefit here at Little Rock Air Force Base, because he came here in 82. 11 years later, he's walking out the gate. Next time he comes in, he'll be his retiree. And he was here for 11 years, and you name it, he did it. Crew chief, expediter, job control, did all those kinds of duties. Reports official for the DCM when we still had one. Then the ALS, he's been a resource advisor. Since I've been here, in 10 months I've been around, he's done a little everything. I tell you, jack of all trades. Everything from computer management to budget, DLR, lots of kind of stuff there that you can't do if you don't have total experience. And if you haven't educated yourself in some arenas outside of the Air Force, frankly, he's taken the time and the interest to do those kinds of things. Obviously married to Betty, and they have 4 children, Chad, Tammy, Billy, and Kimberly. And for you youngsters, maybe not so young, a little bit older, so, but I want to thank you as well. Most of this is for the mother and father, but for the kids to go through all the kind of stuff, it makes a big thing, and feels connected all together, and I salute you for that as well. Let's go ahead and start the ceremony. This would be
Take Sergeant. Attention to orders. Technical Sergeant Billy L. Fason distinguished himself by meritorious service as Flight Line Maintenance Expediter, 50th Airlift Squadron, 314th Operations Group, 314th Airlift Wing, Little Rock Air Force Base, Arkansas, from 1 January 1986 to 31 May 1993. During this period, Sergeant Fason developed and managed a number of new and innovative programs. Most significantly, he brought the $4.5 million depot-level repairable program online with the operations group, with impact reaching well until the next decade. In fact, Sergeant Fason's expertise was quickly recognized and employed to train all operations group depot-level repairable managers. His squadron finished 1992 ahead of all others within the wing, with depot-level repairable expenditures of less than 18%. As a budget manager, his aggressive involvement in the $635,000 program resulted not only in supporting 18 assigned C-130 aircraft and 200 personnel assigned to maintain the aircraft, but secured replacement furnishings for the entire organization. So successful, his budget program was adopted by 3 other squadrons. In the Aircraft Maintenance Unit's quest for more efficient and accurate aircraft and personnel management, Sergeant Fason has remained at the forefront of automation. The 20 computers employed within the Aircraft Maintenance Unit were procured, maintained, and controlled through his daily involvement. The distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Fason culminate a distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Attention to orders. Certificate of Retirement from the United States Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Technical Sergeant Billy L. Fason, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of June, 1993. Signed, Charles J. Wax, Colonel, USAF. Y'all have a seat, please. I have a certificate of appreciation from the United States Air Force. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. This is to certify that Betty R. Fason, on the occasion of the retirement of her husband from active duty with the United States Air Force, has earned grateful appreciation for her own unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Her unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible her husband's lasting contribution to the nation. On the first day of June, 1993. Signed, Charles J. Wax, Colonel, United States Air Force.
Okay, there's a letter Colonel Wax also has here. I'm just going to paraphrase a couple things here. I know what he says in these, and it means a lot to me. I'm looking forward to someday when my spouse is going to get something similar to this. But it says, it's important to realize that your sacrifice on behalf of your spouse's military career has been an essential addition to the success of the United States Air Force. Your unique contribution towards this mission stands out among many Americans, and you should take great pride in these efforts. Truly, such loyalty to your spouse and our nation exemplifies the patriotic spirit of dedication to the cause of world peace. That's pretty special stuff. So, pass that on to you.
Thank you.
Just stay there. I'm going to turn the floor to Chief Smith, and he's got a gift from the squad.
You know, as I present this morning, this morning to Sergeant Fason, I'm going to refer to him to Tech Sergeant Fason for this time. From now on, I'm going to refer to him as Billy. Because this guy amplifies what an NCO should have been, okay, or should be. It's what you should strive to be. And that's giving your 100% devotion to your job. Colonel Ferris said he was a jack of all trades. You've heard that saying more than once. A jack of all trades, master of none. This is the exception. This is the exception, okay? Billy has mastered everything that we've ever given him. He's excelled at everything that he's ever started, okay? There's not been one task that he's been levied to do or asked to do that he has not came through 100% effectiveness. This is just a small token of our appreciation for 20 years of dedication to the nation. He spent the past 10 years here at Little Rock Air Force Base. And it's been my honor, my privilege to have worked with Billy for the past year and a half to year and 9 months, 10 months, whatever it is, okay? This guy walks out, he walks out losing. I lose a terrific NCO, but more than that, a good friend. And that's what Billy's been to me. He's been there, he supported me 100% from day one. If he needs to be at 6 o'clock in the morning, he was there when I walked through the door, and when I walked out in the afternoon, he was still there. But I hate to see him walk out. Billy, I hate to see you leave. I know that you're walking out with some regrets, but hold your head high, okay? Because you should be proud of this day, all right? We are, okay? Betty, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank
You guys don't forget us, okay? Come back and see us, have a cup of coffee, okay? But when you walk through the door, don't come and work on mine. Okay, this flag was flown over the AMU, okay? We took it outside, we flew it, and the inscription on this thing reads, "In appreciation for your dedication to the United States Air Force from the 50th ALS, Tech Sergeant Billy A. Fason, 16 May 1973 to 31 May 1993.
Thank you, Chief.
Billy, best of luck, okay? God bless.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to turn the floor over to you here in a second, but I want to congratulate you. You've had a fine career. The support that you've given to me and the chief the past year and a half, 2 years, however way you count it, has been absolutely outstanding. You left your mark. There are programs that are in effect and in force here within the Air Force and at Little Rock Air Force Base that you started. You fleshed out the DLR program here, and folks are operating with the training that you've provided. The Sergeant Coopermans and the Sergeant Judys, when they get in there and run with the program, they're working the program that you got set up and got established. The effect you've had on the automation and the computers and the long hours you put in are well appreciated. I know what you've done. These guys here probably didn't see a lot of the hours you put in, but we appreciate it. That couldn't have been done without your family. And I appreciate what you've done in supporting Vancouver and your kids. You put up with a lot of hours and a lot of frustration. You guys have done well.
I'm gonna keep it kind of brief, y'all. Although I have loquacious tendencies, I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I do want to tell you, I was brought up in the military. I came in when I was 17, and I did a few things I shouldn't have. But as a whole, I enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed my career. I do want to take this time. I want to thank my children for putting up with me. They've had to go through an awful lot during all this. My wife, bless her heart, I don't know how in the world she ever stayed with me, but she has, and I appreciate it. And I want to thank each one of y'all. I've never worked. This coming to the 50th, and this being my last, bunch of people to work with, my last squadron, was really a tremendous gift to me, I guess you'd say, by the military. I was speaking to some folks just a few minutes ago. When I came in the military, one of the first things I did was I went to Southeast Asia, where I wore jungle fatigues, and obviously I'm leaving wearing something similar to jungle fatigues. The very first aircraft that I worked on were the same ones that we're working on out here when they were at Ching Chung Kong Air Base, Taiwan. And when I came in, I had no stripes on my sleeve. When I go out, it looks like the same thing. But I kind of knew that was going to happen real quick. But I've never worked with people that I enjoyed working with as much or as professional as what everybody is in the 50th and the surrounding squadrons. I mean, I've gotten support all over this base. Little Rock has supported us really well. They made things happen that I didn't think would be able to happen, but they did happen. And I had my supervisors behind me, and I had the troops behind me, and that meant an awful lot. And I want to thank each and every one of you that came here today. That means a tremendous amount to me, because I know you didn't have to show up. So I know each one of you are here of your own accord, and I'd like to just say thank you to each and every one of you, because it really means a tremendous amount to me. Because people say, retirees are forgotten, and some of you are fixing to retire, so you might be looking ahead saying, well, what's gonna happen with me when I have my ceremony? But I know you're gonna treat them the same way you have me, and I'm really touched, I appreciate it. I mean, believe it or not, I didn't shed a tear. Aren't you proud of me? But thank y'all so much, and thank you for showing up. Tremendously appreciate it. You supported me in my retirement as well as you supported me while I was on active duty, and I really appreciate it. And I salute all of you. Thank you very much.
You guys would, join us after, we got some cake and stuff back here, so.